Boom. All right, what's going on, you guys? It's Royce Jacob. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I want to talk to you about why I believe my two favorite Bitcoin mining stocks, Riot Blockchain and Marathon Digital Holdings, are about to see a beautiful bounce. Whole lot of bees in there. But you guys, it has been a while since we focused on these two specifically. Lately, we've been doing a lot of crypto convos where there's a whole lot of names on the watch list and we span across the entire sector, not only Bitcoin miners, but blockchain plays as well. So I do have to rush through these sometimes. But today, you guys, we are focusing on these two, my number one and number two stock pick of 2021. I did mix it up a little bit, so the tables have turned. I will explain why that is. I do favor Mara at the moment more than Riot. And again, once we hop into the charts, you guys will have a better idea of why that is. But I'm very excited to give these two some extra time and dive a little deeper into these two Bitcoin mining plays today. So let's get into it. As always, we'll quickly go over each topic we're going to be discussing, and then we'll dive into each one individually. In front of us, you guys know the drill, Trading View, where we'll cover the three names today in this order going down the watch list. So again, Riot and Mara are the focus of this video, but because they're Bitcoin mining stocks, we of course have to kick it off with the king of the crypto sector, crypto market as a whole, Bitcoin. So we will kick the video off taking a look at Bitcoin. Obviously got to hop into the Bitcoin charts. Bitcoin is looking pretty good right now. I'll talk to you guys about why I'm bullish on Bitcoin right now and what I potentially see playing out and what I think is important for you guys to look at as well. We will be focusing solely on the 4-hour candles because I'm not focused 4-hour. You guys, if you know my trading style, you've watched these videos before, you know that I like 4-hour candles most for like short to medium. Yeah, I would say mostly medium-term time horizons, okay? So looking like a week or so out, week to 2 weeks out. And I'm very bullish on the cryptocurrency sector. You guys know that. Although we have seen a correction that spanned a little bit, we are seeing some sideways price action. I still think we're just seeing a whole lot of lower highs and tests of support, which is very, very bullish in my eyes from a technical perspective. And of course, the fundamentals are there. So speaking of fundamentals, we have a little, we also have a little article to go into titled Marathon Digital Holdings is Worth the Gamble. Couldn't agree more with that. This is a very basic article. We're not going to go too deep into it. But again, you guys, this is just it just feels good to see these names in the headlines. We've been following them for so long. And, it's important to remember that we're still in the early innings. So just any news, any time that these names are in the headlines, even obviously the article has to be good, and this is definitely, obviously this is a great title. It's good for the space, it's good for the stock, it's good for specifically the Bitcoin mining sector, because although we've been talking about it for so long, it's important to remember that we're still in the early innings. There's still so much future ahead left for these plays, and it's important to stay optimistic, all right? So we'll go through this. And that's pretty much all. Again, I'm just excited to spend a little more time on the charts because we have had to rush through these a little bit because there's usually so many names on the watch list. I'm excited to just keep it simple. Nice, simple Thursday video. But before we do dive into the charts and this article, I will ask you guys to please give the video a like if you do go on to gain value from it today, or if you're invested in or trading Riot, Mara, any other Bitcoin or crypto related stocks, please give the video a like. Really appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, want to catch more content like this. Again, only covering Riot and Mara today, but we do usually cover many other plays, not only in crypto, but EVs, revolutionary sectors, biotechs, etc. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here and want to catch more content like this. Also appreciate that. And really appreciate it if you check out my complete portfolio daily newsletter. First link down in the description. If you want a complete breakdown of my entire portfolio that I do update every single trading day during market hours. And with every update, I also send out a comprehensive email newsletter explaining my thoughts, rationalizing my trades to you guys. So again, all call options, put options, stock positions, crypto positions, of course. And again, I send out that email newsletter explaining my thoughts. Even if I don't make many trades, I'll still send out analyses on stocks, throw in some charts of whatever I feel is important to share with you guys, again, during market hours when I'm actually in the heat of things, all right? So $15 a month, first link down in the description if you're interested in that at all. It really means a lot, but if not, no worries. Also, for those of you who don't know, Fridays are for the fam. So again, all of you in the portfolio newsletter Discord group know Fridays are for the fam Fridays. I do not post updated videos on YouTube on Fridays. So that gives me that much more time to make the newsletter and spend that much more time in the Discord, because again, Waves Fam Fridays is just how I show a little extra love to the ones who support a little extra. Okay, I love you guys. Anyone who's watching this video, your time means everything to me. It's crazy. I truly do appreciate the time, but just want to let you guys know that Fridays are for the fam. All right, so that said, let's dive into the charts. Bitcoin is looking good right now. So 4-hour Stokes, you can see on many of the plays, all three of the plays we're going to look at today are curling up. So 4-hour Stokes the stochastic RSI right here. When Bluey crosses over ready to the upside, that's usually very bullish on a medium-term time horizon. So Bitcoin, as I've been saying, you guys, I think this is just a higher low in the overall uptrend. So again, you guys, here, I'll zoom out a little bit just to give you guys preface this. I'm sorry, Jesus. So high, low, higher high, higher low, higher high. And I do believe this is just a higher low, and it kind of is looking a little bull flaggy. The bull flag was actually kind of broken just this morning or just yesterday when we kind of fell off that cliff right there. But that's okay. I still think this is a higher low. You're seeing, I think, a lot of institutional interest, a lot of whales, a lot of big money will be comfortable buying around 50K. We almost dipped below 50K, got eaten right back up immediately. And I think that's a good sign that a lot of obviously institutional adoption is going to be the crazy catalyst that drives this, that makes this Bitcoin bull market very different than anyone in the past. It's very real. Adoption is very real, and there's a lot of capital flooding into this market. Bitcoin is still only at a $1 trillion market cap, you guys. That's tiny. Gold is 10 trillion. And Bitcoin has way more potential than gold from a fundamental and practical, literally every perspective. Bitcoin is gold 2.0. You guys know I think that. So I do think that the bull market's still here. I do think that we will bounce. The big level to look at here when we do see a bounce is going to be the line of resistance on the short-term downtrend from Bitcoin's peak all-time high of almost 62K back in early March a few weeks ago, or just a couple weeks ago, down to obviously down to now. But this is creating the downtrend on the short-term, the line of resistance on the short-term downtrend. Geez, there we go. But you guys are gonna be why am I tripping so much? I'm sorry, guys. You guys are going to want to be looking at this line right here. So say we hit this over the course, let's just say the end of the month where I have this target right now. So March 29th, which is around the end of next week. Actually, no, I'm sorry, like middle of next week. March 29th, we would be looking to break through 56K to keep it conservative. So that's about 55.7, but just conservatively say 56K, all right? So 56K, if over the coming week or so, I mean, we could pop up tomorrow. I think that's a little more unlikely, but say over the coming week, over the next few days, if we do break 56K, then I think we're off to the races. And the level I'm looking at immediately after that is going to be this line of support right here. This will probably come into play. Again, TA 101, you guys know this. Previous support becomes new resistance, vice versa. Previous resistance becomes new support. And I do think this line will come into play next. So if we break out of this short-term downtrend, which will definitely signal to me that we are going to see a short-term breakout, my next level would be here, which actually, as we get into early April, that would come pretty close to Bitcoin's previous high of almost 62K. This would take us to, again, April 3rd, just throwing some targets out here, just where my cursor's landing, 63, almost 64K to test this. If we break out of this, that's also going to be bullish because we have set a new all-time high for Bitcoin. And I think we're going to see another significant trap to the upside. We've been going like sideways for a little bit. It's been pretty stagnant. But if we do break a new all-time high over the coming week or so, I think it's super, super likely that we ultimately break out and go up to test this trend line. Say we hit it by the end of April, even by mid-April, let's just do the 80K price target. If we test this trend line, which is the overall line of resistance right here, obviously all traders going to be looking at this high right here, very, very strong line of resistance on the overall uptrend. That would take us to just over 80K by April 21st. So over the next few weeks, I think it's very, very likely we will finally hit that price target of 80K that I've had for Bitcoin for a while. Again, timing is so important in this market. You guys haven't been timing things exactly as I'd like them to, but I do still remain confident. Bitcoin is still in a bull market. There's still so much capital that wants to be put to work in this market environment. Trillions of dollars being printed. Bitcoin, king of inflation hedges. Its stars are all aligning right now, in my opinion, all right? So obviously, if Bitcoin's doing good, of course, plays like Marathon Digital and Riot Blockchain are going to be doing well as well. So let's kick it off with the article, and then we'll dive into the charts, all right? Again, just simple article, just fun to see this name on a publication like NASDAQ. So investors looking for a cryptocurrency stock that isn't played out yet might want to consider Marathon Digital Holdings. The Las Vegas, Nevada-based cryptocurrency miner has had a great run so far this year, having increased 260% since the first day of trading of 2021. Yeah, it's crazy to see how far these two have come since I made the again, number one stock pick was Riot Blockchain. Number two, or honorable mention, was Marathon Digital Holdings, what once was Marathon Patent Group at the time. But Riot and Mara, number one, number two, and actually Mara is number one, which I'll go on to explain as we get into the charts once again. Mara stock has grown from $11 a share. I mean, earlier this year when we started talking about it, it was like $1, which is just crazy to think. And Riot's the same thing. A share to its current price of $38, and that's after a few strong pullbacks along the way. The stock's 52-week high is $49.41, and many analysts say the price can retest those highs in the coming weeks. While Marathon Digital Holdings stock tends to rise and fall, while the broader cryptocurrency market, especially Bitcoin, it is not widely known or overbought as some of the cryptocurrency securities such as Riot and Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. So again, you guys, as we've been saying for so long, Riot and Mara like to play catch up. Mara did issue some shares, which does skew that a little bit, but overall the market caps will stick together. Mara's market cap is currently at $3.4 billion. I believe Riot is a little bit higher, especially after today's price action. It was nice to see Riot close the day up almost 6%. Very, very bullish. But from a technical perspective, I'm so bullish on Mara right now. You can see that Mara almost just got up. Like, you can pretty much call that a test. Like, that is almost a textbook test of the line of support on the overall uptrend beginning back in December when Bitcoin started its rally up. And that's what I love to see here, you guys. So Mara is currently printing is in somewhat of a wedge here. You guys can see, I think it's so likely. Like, this is a beautiful chart, and I would be surprised if it didn't play out like this. I think it's almost guaranteed that we come up over the coming days, maybe the next week or so, to test this line of resistance. Of course, this is all dependent upon when Bitcoin does the same thing, when Bitcoin sees a rally back up and starts the uptrend, the overall uptrend once again, once the rally is back in action. I do think that Mara will come out to test this line of resistance on the overall downtrend. If we break this, say again, April 1st, if we break this downtrend by April 1st with a closure above $45, we're back to the races. And I think it's very, very likely that Mara comes up to test this beautiful line of resistance that's obviously in play on the uptrend right here. And that would take us to, say, let's do April 21st because that's where Bitcoin's was as well. That would take us to an $80 Marathon Digital Holdings, which is over 2x from here. And again, you guys, with how many stars are aligning, it's kind of hard after a correction like this. If you guys have been with it, like, my calls have been getting smoked. Again, the newsletter knows that. But I do, like, the bull market is still here, you guys. I'm very confident of at least that, and I'm still very, very bullish on the medium to long term. And again, shout out to the portfolio newsletter group. I did pick some up today, about a fat stack of Mara today. Okay. So, price target for Mara by April 21st, just under a month out. Keep it conservative, is going to be about $80. And of course, we'll keep you guys posted every day as it's going to be super exciting because times have been a little red. Obviously, the red days are important to cover, but not as fun to cover. So it's going to be exciting once things start to get green again. And again, like I said, like similar to Bitcoin, the 4-hour Stokes, good old blue is just crossing up over red, and that's usually a very, very bullish sign on a medium-term time horizon. So very excited for the future of Mara. Riot looking a little more sketchy, but Riot also coming down to test. So a lot of times my determining factor of whether or not I'll consider closing out a trade and whether I cross bearish on a trade or bullish is going to be a closure of a 4-hour candle below or above the line of support or resistance. In this case, Riot for sure closed a 4-hour below this line of resistance. On the positive side, it was immediately eaten back up, and it did close the day above this. So I will consider this a resumption of trend. I will not consider this because it did close the daily significantly above this line of support. I will consider Riot still in an uptrend. I don't think it's broken. And as you can see here, same exact thing. The 4-hour Stokes are just crossing up, and that's usually a good sign as well. So Riot, less upside in all honesty than Mara from a multiple perspective, because I do think Mara can 2x from here. Riot actually, I think Mara can over 2x. So Mara from here would be up 120%. I think Riot could reach 100%. We'll get to that right after this. Riot, though, by April 1st would have to break above about $62 to break out of the short-term downtrend. I mean, this is a pretty medium-term downtrend. We've been trending down for a while, but Riot would have to close above. All the things intersect on April 1st. I think that's a pretty likely target. Next week, because there was so much carnage in the markets this week, I think next week the grass will be very, very much greener on the other side. And I think it's very likely that by April 1st, once April's around, the kind of shock, the muck of March will be wiped off. And I think by April 1st, we will break through this downtrend and resume the overall uptrend. Price target for Riot blockchain by April 21st is going to be about $100. Finally, the triple-digit Riot that we've all been talking about. Again, you guys, it's crazy to think that just about a year ago when I started this channel, we started talking about Riot blockchain. I don't like to brag, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, you guys let me know there. I mean, I definitely wouldn't be surprised if someone was talking talking about it before me, but to my knowledge, I was the first person to start talking about RIOT blockchain, and the Waves family was the first people to get really behind this stock, and we really rode the wave for a lot of gains. So cheers to the future, you guys. Cheers to the future. If you've been with me for that long, please let me know down in the comments if you have been with me since I started talking about RIOT when it was single digits, like $1, $2 for real, and now we're going into triple digits. It's crazy. Like 100x return on any investment for the best investors in the world is what you're looking for. That's like venture capital. That is angel investor best case scenario return. Not best case, but very good scenario returns. 100x your money. That's what we're looking for. That's what the Waves fam is looking for, baby. And that's why I'm very excited for the future of this. I don't know about 100x from here, but hey, a 2x if you have the right calls and whatnot can be very, very lucrative. All right, so again, we'll call it there, you guys. Price target for Mar, April 21st, $80. Price target for RIOT is going to be $100 on the elusive, the infamous triple-digit RIOT blockchain. So again, we'll keep you guys posted. Please let me know in the comments down below what you're thinking of these stocks, which one you're more bullish on personally, which one you hold, and if you're, I mean, just what you think. Literally talk to me about anything. If you're excited for the correction to be over, because I know I am. So I'll catch you guys downstairs in the comments, and until next time, always remember, take action, make waves. Peace.